Imagine commanding a vessel that could end civilization as we know it. A steel tube submerged hundreds of feet below the ocean's surface, carrying enough nuclear firepower to obliterate entire nations. For months at a time, you never see sunlight. You breathe recycled air. And every single decision you make could mean life or death for 150 people. This is the reality for commanders of nuclear submarines. But here's what nobody tells you. The life they live down there is nothing like you think. Section 1. The Invisible Warriors. Nuclear submarines represent the most secretive and powerful weapons in modern warfare. These underwater fortresses patrol the world's oceans in complete silence, invisible to enemies, carrying ballistic missiles capable of striking targets thousands of miles away. They are the ultimate deterrent, designed to prevent war by being ready to wage it at a moment's notice. At the heart of these machines sits one person, the commander. Not just any officer, but someone who has spent decades proving they can handle the impossible. The path to commanding a nuclear submarine is brutal. It demands technical mastery, psychological resilience, and a sense of responsibility that exceeds almost any other profession on Earth. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on how these commanders actually live aboard these submerged fortresses. Their quarters, their daily routines, the crushing weight of their responsibilities, and the mental strategies they use to survive months of isolation. If you've ever wondered what it takes to command one of the most powerful weapons ever built, you're about to find out. Before we dive deeper, take just 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button. Most viewers watch without subscribing, but it makes a massive difference to us. Thanks for the support. Section 2. The Road to Command. Becoming a nuclear submarine commander isn't something that happens overnight. It's a journey that takes decades, and only a tiny fraction of naval officers ever reach this level. First one, Nuclear Power School. The journey begins with Nuclear Power School. 24 weeks of intense education in nuclear physics, thermodynamics, and reactor operations. This isn't basic training. This is graduate-level engineering compressed into 6 months. Officers learn how nuclear reactors generate power, how to maintain them, and most importantly, how to prevent catastrophic failures. After nuclear power school comes another 26 weeks at a propulsion prototype facility. Here, officers work hands-on with an actual nuclear reactor, mastering every system, every procedure, every emergency protocol. They learn to operate the reactor in normal conditions and during simulated disasters. Only those who pass these rigorous tests move forward. Second one, Submarine Officer Training. Next comes the Basic Submarine Officer Course, approximately 12 weeks focused on navigation systems, weapons, acoustic monitoring, and contact tactics. Officers learn how to hunt enemy submarines, how to evade detection, and how to operate in the most hostile environment imaginable, deep underwater. But passing these courses is just the beginning. Once assigned to a submarine, the real qualification process starts. Officers must learn every single system on board. They study damage control, firefighting, flooding response, and medical emergencies. They pass written exams and practical tests. They prove they can respond in any compartment during any crisis. Only after completing this qualification do they earn the Dolphins, the insignia that marks them as true submariners. This symbol means they can be trusted with the lives of everyone aboard. Third one, years of service. Commanders aren't made quickly. An officer serves multiple tours as reactor engineer, navigation officer, weapons officer, and eventually executive officer, second in command. They refine their ability to lead under pressure, manage complex logistics, and make split-second decisions when lives hang in the balance. By the time an officer is selected for submarine command, they're usually in their mid-40s or early 50s. They've spent 25 to 30 years in uniform. They've seen combat. They've lost friends. They've made mistakes and learned from them. They've earned the respect of everyone around them, and even then, competition is fierce. Only the absolute best are chosen to command nuclear submarines. It's the peak of a naval career. Section 3. 2 types of submarines, 1 mission. Nuclear submarines fall into 2 main categories, each with distinct missions, but sharing the same culture of excellence. First one, ballistic missile submarines, SSBNs. These are the giants of nuclear deterrence. They carry intercontinental ballistic missiles, each one capable of delivering multiple nuclear warheads to targets thousands of miles away. These submarines form the backbone of nuclear strategy, ensuring that even if a nation's land-based forces are destroyed, retaliation remains possible. To maintain continuous presence, each ballistic missile submarine has 2 crews, blue and gold, who rotate on 70 to 90-day patrols. While one crew is at sea, the other is on shore, training and resting. This system allows near-continuous operations. A typical crew numbers about 155 people. Second one, attack submarines, SSNs, and guided missile submarines, SSGNs. These submarines hunt enemy vessels, gather intelligence, and strike land targets using torpedoes and cruise missiles. Their missions range from a few weeks to 6 months, depending on reconnaissance, escort, or strike requirements. Despite mission differences, all nuclear submarines share the same core principles: reactor safety, acoustic stealth, and constant readiness. Commanders must keep the crew trained, the reactor within optimal parameters, and be prepared for scenarios ranging from evasive maneuvers to the ultimate decision of launching nuclear weapons. Section 4. Life inside the steel tube. Living on a nuclear submarine bears no resemblance to life on the surface. There's no natural light, no fresh air, no sense of day or night. Everything is artificial, controlled, and confined. First one, the submarine clock. In the past, many submarines used an 18-hour cycle, 6 hours on watch, 12 hours off. This disrupted circadian rhythms and caused severe fatigue. Studies showed that switching to a 24-hour cycle dramatically improved alertness and morale. Now, operational guidance emphasizes 8 continuous hours of sleep synchronized with the biological clock. Commanders, however, rarely follow a strict schedule. They are effectively always on duty, often breaking sleep into short segments to supervise complex maneuvers, combat drills, classified communications, or to mediate conflicts. Second one, food and routine. In the confined environment of a submarine, meals mark the passage of time. French commander Stéphane Meunier described a rigid meal discipline. 3 main meals served at exactly the same hours every day. This helps the crew maintain an internal sense of time when external cues don't exist. Food quality is surprisingly high. Many submariners are shocked by how good the meals are. Professional culinary specialists prepare diverse menus, bisques, beignets, themed nights like Taco Tuesday. Food isn't just fuel, it's morale. A typical ballistic patrol lasts around 77 days and carries about 90 days of supplies. Third one, exercise and physical health. To counteract inactivity and muscle loss, submarines have improvised gyms treadmills, bikes, and free weights. These are usable only when the boat is not running silent. During stealth operations, noise discipline is absolute. Even footsteps must be controlled. Fourth one, personal space. Living space is extremely limited. A ballistic submarine may have around 117 bunks for more than 130 sailors, leading to hot bunking. 2 or 3 crew members sharing the same bed in shifts. Lockers offer only a few centimeters for clothing. Showers are so narrow that a tall person's head touches the spray. Commanders and senior officers have slightly larger cabins, but they must still comply with strict water and energy conservation rules. Cleanliness is critical. Crews constantly clean shared spaces to prevent infections and maintain morale. Section 5. The Commander's Quarters. The Commander's living space is designed around one principle: instant access to the control room. First one, the Commander's Cabin. The Commander typically has a small private cabin near the control center. It's not luxurious, just a bunk, a desk, and basic facilities. No decorations, no extra space. It's built for one purpose: being close to the action. If an emergency happens at 3 in the morning, the commander can be in the control room in seconds. That's not convenience. That's necessity. When you're commanding a vessel carrying nuclear weapons and traveling hundreds of feet below the surface, every second matters. Second one, the office. The commander also has a small office where administrative work happens. Performance evaluations, promotion recommendations, disciplinary actions, budget reviews, communication with fleet commanders. The paperwork never stops. This office doubles as a meeting space. The commander meets with department heads, engineering, weapons, navigation, supply, medical, each with critical updates. The commander needs to know everything: fuel levels, maintenance issues, personnel problems, upcoming missions. Compare this to the rest of the crew. Most sailors sleep in berthing compartments with stacked bunks, 8 to 12 people sharing one room. Officers get slightly better accommodations, usually 2 or 3 to a stateroom, but even then space is tight. Everyone shares bathrooms. Personal storage is limited to a small locker. The commander's quarters are the best on the ship, but only because the commander carries the heaviest burden. Section 6. A day in the commander's life. There is no typical day for a submarine commander. The commander is always on duty. Even when sleeping, they're expected to be available instantly. First one, morning routine. Most mornings start early, very early. Before dawn, the commander is already reviewing reports from overnight watchstanders. They check weather conditions, review the patrol schedule, read intelligence briefings, and prepare for the day ahead. Second one, the control room. The commander spends significant time in the control room, the nerve center of the submarine. From here, they oversee the ship's movement, monitor surrounding vessels, and coordinate with other submarines or surface ships in the area. The commander doesn't personally handle dive or steering controls. That's what the helmsman and officer of the deck do. But the commander makes every major decision about where the submarine goes and how fast it gets there. Sonar displays are constantly monitored for suspicious noises. Every detection demands rapid decisions: collision avoidance, stealth preservation, or periscope identification. During one patrol, a young officer detected a contact 25 miles away. Such contacts can signal warships, fishing vessels, or adversaries. Every detection requires immediate analysis. Third one, reactor oversight. At the aft of the submarine lies the nuclear reactor, the beating heart that provides electricity for propulsion and life support. While technical duties are delegated to the engineering officer, the commander bears ultimate responsibility for reactor safety. Scenarios such as loss of cooling, engine room fires, or radiation containment are constantly rehearsed. The commander must know every emergency protocol by heart. Fourth one, administrative duties. Between operational tasks, the commander deals with endless administrative work, video conferences with Pentagon officials, communication with fleet commanders, reviewing maintenance schedules, approving leave requests, resolving conflicts between crew members. The commander is also the ship's disciplinarian. When sailors make mistakes, the commander decides consequences. When performance issues arise, the commander addresses them. Leadership isn't just about giving orders. It's about building a culture where everyone feels accountable. Fifth one, meals and sleep. Meals are quick. The commander eats in their cabin or in the wardroom with senior officers. There's no long, leisurely dining. Food is fuel. Sleep? Maybe 5 to 6 hours if they're lucky, often less. The commander's cabin exists so they can grab rest between crises without being far from the action. Section 7. Mental health and isolation. The first major psychological stress peak typically appears around day 40 of a patrol. The novelty is worn off. The end is still far away. This is when morale can crack. First one, coping strategies. To counter isolation, commanders organize themed nights, board games, movie screenings, or special meals. Communication with family is rare and tightly controlled. Short emails are allowed only when the submarine is at a depth and posture permitting signal reception. Second one, continuous learning. Even after earning their dolphins, submariners study constantly. Engineering, weapons, navigation, and damage control classes occur daily. Technical knowledge is vital because, as one sailor famously put it, the submarine is always trying to kill you, and our job is not to die. Commanders actively encourage this culture. Many sailors use free time to pursue distance university degrees. Learning keeps minds sharp and morale high. Third one, camaraderie. Submarines are true miniature cities. The forward section houses bunks and the control center. The aft contains the reactor. Once sailors earn their dolphins, they join an exclusive fraternity with a strong elite identity. This belonging is essential for morale and survival in confinement. Tensions do arise. As patrols near their end, some sailors avoid conversation for the first 30 minutes after waking to prevent conflicts. Former commanders advise socializing beyond one's immediate work circle, sharing cleaning duties, and resolving disputes quickly. Isolation forges deep friendships. With limited family contact, shipmates become an adopted family. Informal book clubs, board games, movie nights, and study groups are common. Section 8. The ultimate responsibility. The most sensitive responsibility is preparing for a potential nuclear launch order. This is where the weight of command becomes almost unbearable. First one, the two-person rule. Two officers, the commander and the executive officer, must agree that an emergency action message is authentic. The procedure involves retrieving keys carried by the commander, verifying codes in classified manuals, and simultaneously inserting keys into weapons consoles. A third officer, the weapons officer, independently confirms the codes. During a command and control exercise aboard USS Wyoming, a simulated emergency action message was received. Two officers carried the message. The commander verified it with the executive officer and declared, "I concur with missilization. Had it been real, ballistic missiles with thermonuclear warheads would have launched." The flawless execution reflects the extreme training level. No one hesitates in the face of potential apocalypse. Second one, the letter of last resort. British submarines add another element. Each UK Prime Minister writes a secret letter at the start of their term, instructing submarine commanders on what to do if the government is destroyed by nuclear attack. Retaliate. Do not retaliate. Place the submarine under Allied command or act independently. The commander opens the letter only if convinced the UK has been annihilated and the chain of command no longer exists. This is the loneliest decision imaginable. Third one, the deterrence paradox. Commanders must live with the knowledge that their decision could end civilization. Many describe the deterrence paradox, being fully prepared to use the weapon so that it never has to be used. Exercises portray launch procedures as solemn rituals, keys hanging, responses spoken like liturgy. Even without an actual launch, the ceremony underscores discipline and emotional control. Section 9. Risks and emergencies. Life underwater is inherently dangerous. Fire, hull breaches, or reactor issues can be fatal. First one, constant drills. Crews constantly drill emergency scenarios, reactor scrams, flooding, firefighting, and medical response. Every compartment has smoke sensors, isolation valves, and breathing stations. Any crew member may have to act as firefighter or medic. Damage control drills are relentless, and commanders continuously assess readiness. Second one, acoustic security. Submarines depend on acoustic silence. Noise from exercise equipment or loud conversation can reveal position. During running silent, noisy systems are shut down and movement is restricted. The deep silence can feel oppressive, but over time, sailors develop heightened sensitivity to unusual sounds, sometimes detecting ships miles away. Section 10. Political power and strategic deterrence. Ballistic missile submarines are the invisible fist of nuclear deterrence. The U.S. SSBN fleet carries roughly 70% of America's nuclear warheads and is considered the most survivable leg of the nuclear triad. The commander's mission is to remain hidden and ready to execute the president's order, while strict two-person rules prevent unauthorized use. These commanders, whether addressed as captain on SSBNs or officer commanding on attack submarines, ensure the nuclear leviathan remains under control and that its terrible power serves the cause of peace. Commanding a nuclear submarine is among the most demanding roles in the military. Commanders blend reactor physics, weapons mastery, and navigation expertise with leadership rooted in trust, responsibility, and empathy. They must sustain morale in months of isolation, safeguard sleep and physical health in claustrophobic conditions, manage conflicts, enforce uncompromising security, and remain ready for the ultimate decision on nuclear weapons use. Their daily life is a fusion of meticulous routine, military discipline, camaraderie, and the constant awareness that every action matters. These commanders live in cramped quarters, eat the same meals as their crew, and carry the weight of 150 lives on their shoulders every single day. This isn't luxury. This is survival. This is leadership at its highest level. And these commanders wouldn't have it any other way. If this video gave you a new perspective, smash that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. We'll see you in the next one.